Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called Singles with Great Jobs Now Refusing to Marry. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we post a new episode. Also, we ask that you share a link to today's show on all your social media to help spread the word. Now, let's get started. It used to be that singles with money would refuse to marry. Then, it was singles with great jobs or lots of money who would refuse to marry without a prenup. Now, all of that is changing. Now, young singles with good jobs are refusing to marry, period. Why the change of attitude towards marriage? Because Gen Xers and millennials are looking across the landscape and they are seeing a lifestyle created by a $150,000 income that can be decimated by a divorce or a child or two or an ex that goes crazy for some strange reason. Now, instead of a prenup, they're looking for income parity. They want someone who makes at least as much as they do. They may still ask for a prenup, but with income parity, they can still maintain their previous lifestyles even if things go sideways and end up in a divorce. Having a job in today's economy and being single provides one with many more dating options than not having a great job. In fact, a lot of single people believe that having a great job is more important than being great looking. They will date someone who is average looking but has a great job over someone who is great looking but is a financial burden to them. They may sleep with someone who is really good looking and broke, but they won't consider them as a long-term relationship option. That's because the media has convinced everyone now that their dating options are infinite. All you have to do is go on the dating apps and just keep swiping 1,000 times a day, and there are plenty of people out there for you. Right. If you look at some of the dating websites or apps, you will see that the majority of the people on them are simply looking for something casual and recreational, something non-committal. And the more casual your approach to dating is, the less seriously other singles with jobs will take you. Being single with a great job is now more valuable than almost any other scenario. The social value of having a great job is the most valuable criteria. They also now have the ability to go online anytime and see the nightmarish divorce stories that are causing so many of their peers to lose everything and end up living in some basement somewhere while their ex goes on to continue to elevate and improve their lifestyles with each new person they date. If you look at the major markets like New York, Miami, and Los Angeles, you'll quickly see that dating trends there are all moving forward towards income and cash flow. The priorities used to be appearance or background or education or some lesser quality. But now the only thing that matters for people in major markets is income and cash flow. Everyone says they want someone who is gorgeous and rich, but that's a lottery ticket most people never get, so they settle for average looking with a good job. That means if you're single and really great looking and hot, but you work a minimum wage job, forget about it. Most single women will never see you as anything more than recreational. And if you have children and you work a low-paying job, then your stock and your dating options drop even further. What's interesting is how much contempt and disdain and outright disrespect singles now have for marriage. A lot of them see it as an attempt to defraud someone of what they have. Things like their home, their car, their physical possessions, and even the company if they have one. People who own companies are the most paranoid of all now. The reason they're worried about losing their homes is because if they do lose their home, they can still go live with someone else. But if a spouse takes half or all of your company, then that could be an event-changing situation that you will not survive financially. You may never recover from that. Having someone take part or all of your company is the equivalent of having someone cripple or destroy you. The problem for a lot of business owners is that they support their extended families with the money their business makes. They may support their immediate family, their parents, some of their siblings, but many of their family members may even work for them and their business. And when you take away their company, you not only destroy their income, but you could potentially render many of their relatives unemployed if they lose their job with your company. Here's another interesting phenomenon we're seeing with singles with great jobs. They're being pursued with the same passion and enthusiasm that beautiful people used to be pursued with in the singles world. What's funny is watching people with low incomes courting single people with higher incomes by spending money on them or extending romantic favors to them. It's a complete reversal of the traditional romantic courtship behavior of the past. People used to pursue someone they fell in love with because they were beautiful or wonderful in some way. Now, that's all disappeared. Now, in fact, most Gen Xers and millennials now consider that to be silly behavior. Now that romantic pursuit is largely determined by financial and economic considerations, that's their new priority. And that's both unfortunate and fortunate because there's something magical about falling in love, but there's also something really deadly about falling in love with the wrong predator that simply wants to strip all your financial assets and money, and is able to do so because of some archaic divorce laws. By the way, just so you know, some states and judges are now routinely breaching, ignoring prenup agreements and violating them simply to favor one person in the relationship over another. Young singles see that trend, and it provides them with another reason not to marry. Here's another interesting trend. A lot of people now believe that the only reason to get married is to have kids. If that's the case, why not create a legal alternative to marriage in which both people negotiate and sign a legal child support agreement that will determine who pays what in child support for their children if they break up for some reason. Once that's settled, then everyone can exit the marriage with what they came in with and nothing more. If you came in with nothing, then you leave with nothing. Everybody should go back to supporting themselves the way they used to before the marriage. Young singles really don't understand why one person should be enslaved to another person for the rest of their lives just because they slept together for a while and then decided to break up. The proof of that is in the numbers. The divorce business is a much larger industry than the marriage business. When you get married, the only money spent is being spent on the wedding. When you get a divorce, the upside potential for spending money is extraordinary. In some states, it could last forever and cost you everything. Show me any place else in the business world or the legal world where one person or entity is obligated to keep sending money to another entity forever and not receiving anything in exchange for it. And I'll be shocked if such a scenario exists. This is why single people with good jobs are avoiding marriage like the plague. In some ways, it's better to be killed by a plague than it is to be enslaved by someone for the rest of your life. Show me a politician who manages to rewrite the marriage laws and the divorce laws, and I'll show you a politician who will become very popular and have tremendous job security. Thank you for watching. I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on the notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's episode of your social media just to help get the word out. Thank you, and we shall talk to you soon. Bye-bye.